The last game played in WNBA was against the Fever, so it was like to be a part of the team and also just being ready, as they say, to be a pro and go out there and perform.
It felt good tonight to finally get back and just the team, the players, and just the fans, sports staff. They all were very welcoming and make sure, I had everything to be successful tonight. And man, the shout out for the win. I mean, your numbers called.
The Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Washington Mystics, they humiliated them. After weeks of disrespect, trash talk, and the basketball world counting them out without Caitlin Clark, the Fever showed up and shut it down. Kelsey Mitchell wasn't just playing, she was on a warpath, dropping 24 points like it was nothing. Lexie Hull, she woke up in the second half and decided the Mystics weren't allowed to breathe. And
Bonner on the blow by, Austin got a piece. Bonner thought she was McDonald, took it away, wraparound pass.
Let's talk about Ari McDonald, the emergency signing who walked in and immediately became Washington's worst nightmare. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. The Fever aren't just Caitlin Clark's team anymore, they're a problem. The drama started weeks ago when the Mystics bullied Sophie Cunningham in preseason like she was some rookie scrub. Then they had the audacity to embarrass Indiana on May 28th, acting like they owned the court. And when Caitlin went down with an injury, the trolls came out full force. Fire Stephanie White. The Fever are done. They can't win without Clark. Well, guess what? Indiana just smacked those words right back down their throats. The Mystics thought they were walking into an easy win on June 3rd. Instead, they got a full-blown beatdown. This game wasn't just about basketball, it was... The Mystics' disrespect came back to haunt them. Let's rewind to the last time these teams met, because the Mystics were feeling themselves. After that May 28th win, they acted like they had broken the Fever for good. The trash talk was real. The arrogance? Off the charts. They treated Indiana like some G League team, like they weren't even worth their time. And when Caitlin Clark went down, the trolls came out in full force. Indiana's a joke without her. Pack it up, season's over. Even the analysts were writing them off, but here's the thing about disrespect. It fuels greatness.
Had the first four, Washington responded with it now on an 11-2 advantage. Missing it stolen by McDonald, who right the end and finishes.
Washington walked into this game thinking it was going to be another easy dub. They forgot one crucial detail. Revenge is a dish best served with a 24-point Kelsey Mitchell explosion. The Fever didn't just play hard, they played pissed. Every defensive stop, every clutch three, every hustle play was a giant middle finger to everyone who doubted them. The Mystics wanted to bully Indiana, while the Fever just punched back, and Washington had no answer.
Go Fever! Go Fever! Go Fever! Go Fever! Go Fever!
And let's not forget the preseason drama. The way the Mystics targeted Sophie Cunningham like she was some nobody, that set the tone for everything. They thought they could push Indiana around forever. But guess what? The Fever remembered, and on June 3rd, they made sure Washington never forgets this loss. This wasn't just a game, it was payback. And it was beautiful.
National Player of the Year at Iowa. And started for Indiana. Boston, Howard, Cole, and Mitchell, the starters for Indiana. Here's Cole back, pull up, jumper, gets it to go.
Kelsey Mitchell's Viennata tour, money takes over. Kelsey Mitchell didn't just show up, she took this game personally. While the Mystics were busy focusing on stopping Caitlin Clark, who wasn't even playing by the way, Mitchell was quietly plotting her revenge. And when the lights came on, she went full assassin mode. 24 points, clutch threes, and a fourth quarter dagger that sealed Washington's fate. This wasn't just a great game, this was Kelsey Mitchell telling the entire league, I'm still here. The best part, Mitchell wasn't just scoring, she was leading. With Clark out, the pressure was on her to carry this team, and she didn't just handle it, she thrived. The Mystics threw double teams, tight defense, everything they had at her, didn't matter. Mitchell was cooking them all night. And when Washington tried to make a late run, she shut it down with cold-blooded efficiency. This was the kind of performance that reminds everyone Kelsey Mitchell isn't just a sidekick. She's a superstar. And let's talk about her leadership. This wasn't just about her stats. It was about how she lifted her team. The way she trusted her teammates, kept the energy high, and never let the Fever lose focus. That's what separates good players from legends. If anyone still doubted whether Mitchell could be the go-to player, this game should end that debate. Kelsey Money Mitchell just cashed in big time, and the Fever are richer. Lexie Hull's second half demolition, where did this come from? First half, Lexie Hull was quiet. Too quiet. 0 points. Barely a whisper. The Mystics probably thought they had her locked down. Big mistake, because when the third quarter started, Hull flipped a switch and went full demon mode. 14 second half points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. She was everywhere. The announcers were losing their minds. Lexie Hull, what got into you? She remembered she's a baller.
For the Fever shooting guard, 24 points to lead all scores. And the Indiana Fever earned their third win of this.
This wasn't just a breakout game, it was a wake-up call. Hull has been solid all season, but this was next level. She wasn't just hitting shots, she was taking Washington's defense apart. Reverse layups, tough finishes, clutch passes. She did it all. And the best part? She did it when the Fever needed it most. This wasn't garbage time stat padding. This was Lexie Hull announcing she's ready for the big stage. If there was ever any doubt about Hull's potential, this game erased it. She's not just a role player anymore. She's a legit threat. And with Caitlin Clark coming back soon, the Fever's backcourt is about to be scary. Opponents better take note. If you sleep on Lexie Hull, she will make you pay.
Curl off that AB screen, but takes away the left, forces Sykes back.
Ari McDonald, the emergency signing, who stole the show. Let's get this straight. AC McDonald wasn't even supposed to be here. Signed on an emergency contract, thrown into the fire with 0 prep, expected to just figure it out? Most players would crumble. Not McDonald. She didn't just survive, she dominated. 5 assists, 0 turnovers, and defense so aggressive it left the Mystics shook. 3 offensive fouls drawn in 8 minutes? That's not just hustle, that's savagery.
Oh, working the base reverse.
The craziest part? She learned the plays on the flight to Indy. No practice, no walkthroughs, just pure instinct. And yet she played like she'd been with the Fever for years. The way she ran the offense, set up her teammates, and locked down on defense, that's not just impressive, that's unreal. If this was her first game, what's she gonna do with actual chemistry? The Fever have been desperate for point guard depth, and McDonald just handed them the solution. If she keeps playing like this, Sydney Colson might be looking over her shoulder. Indiana didn't just find a stopgap, they might have stumbled into a long-term weapon. Ari McDonald didn't just arrive, she announced herself with a bang.
Ari, hell of a job. You came in, you impacted the ball game, you settled us down, you were aggressive, your defense set the tone. Hell of a job.
When Caitlin and Sophie return, the Fever will be unstoppable. Right now, the Indiana Fever are scary, but when Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham come back, they're going to be terrifying. Imagine this lineup: Kelsey Mitchell raining threes, Lexie Hull locking down on defense, Ari McDonald dishing dimes, and Caitlin Clark doing Caitlin Clark things. That's not just a team, that's a full-blown nightmare for the rest of the league. And let's not forget Sophie Cunningham, the ultimate enforcer who's been waiting to get back on the court after that preseason disrespect. The Fever aren't just building momentum, they're building a dynasty.
Tonight, to finally get back and just the team, the players, and just the fans, sports staff, they all were very welcoming and make sure, I had everything to be successful.
And let's talk about Caitlin's presence on the sideline during this revenge game. She wasn't just sitting there. She was high up her teammates, screaming after every big play, living and dying with every possession. That kind of energy, that's leadership. When she's back in uniform, that same fire is going to translate to the court, and opponents better be ready. A motivated Caitlin Clark with a chip on her shoulder, yeah, good luck stopping that. Add in Sophie's toughness, and suddenly, the Fever aren't just skilled. They're downright mean.
Oh, Amber, go!
This team's chemistry is already clicking, but when their full roster is healthy, it's over. The ball movement will be crisper, the defense will be nastier, and the swagger, oh, it'll be at an all-time high. The Mystics thought they broke the fever. Instead, they just woke up a monster. And when Caitlin and Sophie return, that monster is going to be hungry. Aaliyah Boston, the silent assassin. POW, Paul. Don't let the quiet demeanor fool you. Aaliyah Boston is an ABS salute problem in the paint. While everyone's talking about guards, Boston has been putting in work down low, dropping defenders with her footwork and finishing with authority. Pow, 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 and one! Pow, pow, game over. She might not always be the loudest player on the court, but her game screams dominance. And with the Fever's guards drawing so much attention, Boston is feasting.
You can't make him pay. Marco, fire ahead. Ham with the reverse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Her impact goes beyond scoring, too. Boston's defense is anchoring this team. She's altering shots, grabbing boards, and setting screens that free up Mitchell and Hull for easy buckets. When Caitlin Clark returns, Boston's job gets even easier. Double team Clark? Cool! Boston will make you pay inside. Try to stop Boston? Good luck with Mitchell and Clark firing from deep. It's a lose-lose for opponents, and Boston is the reason why.
On a Bonner with her big milestone.
Simply causing issues here in the backcourts. Imbro hits the deck, able to keep.
They almost didn't get across midcourt.
Gray.
Defense will be better because I think that's a combination of why they're going to have defensive effort.
There's Clark.
And let's not forget, this is only her second year. She's already playing like a vet, but her ceiling? Sky high. If she keeps developing at this rate, we're not just looking at an all-star, we're looking at a future MVP. The Fever's core is young, hungry, and only getting better. And Aaliyah Boston, she's the backbone of it all. Silent, but deadly. Pow, pow, pow game, set, match. The biggest takeaway, the Fever are more than Caitlin Clark. Let's be real, the narrative all season has been Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. But this game changed everything. Because the Fever didn't just win without her, they thrived. Kelsey Mitchell proved she's a franchise leader. Lexie Hull proved she's a rising star. Lexie McDonald proved she belongs. This wasn't a fluke. This was a blueprint.
To be able to extend the lead with a bring on the bench. Binley in there for the first time. Goes block. It's Boston, and Boston gets an eye. Brown handled out there for the Sparks.
Teresa Weatherspoon too.
Big win last. Clark for three. She's going to take it. The mark. Boston in there for the offensive rebound.
The Mystics thought taking Clark out meant an easy win. Instead, they got a full team assault. The ball movement was crisp, the defense was relentless, and the energy was unstoppable. This wasn't just a revenge game, it was a revelation. The Fever aren't a one-woman show, they're a squad. And if this is how they play without their superstar, the league should be terrified of what happens when she comes back.
Good, and I think the way we did it too, we had to show resilience in that fourth quarter. We had to find ways to come together and dig in and get stops and make plays. It's probably, outside of game one, the most consistent we've played throughout the course of 40 minutes. So,
The biggest lesson here? Underestimate Indiana at your own risk. The Fever just proved they're deeper, tougher, and more dangerous than anyone realized. And if you thought the Mystics were their only target, think again. This team is coming for everybody. Your turn. Sound off in the comments.
The Fever now on an 11-2 advantage. Communication is stolen by McDonald, who races around and finishes.
If that doesn't get your engine going, you force the timeout off your defense.
Who stole the show for you? Kelsey Mitchell's Vengeance Tour, Lexie Hull's second half explosion, or Ari McDonald's surprise takeover? Drop your takes below. And if you loved this breakdown, don't just sit there. Smash that like button, subscribe for more WNBA fire, and turn on notifications so you never miss the drama. The Fever aren't done yet, and neither are we.